Alright, so today we are going to see how well Kafka does against the Phantylia weekly boss. Now, I know this is the hardest weekly boss that's out right now, or the most recent one at least, and Kafka, similarly to Blade, both coming out in the same patch that Phantylia released, she does have one of Phantylia's weakness types, so it'll be good to see how well she performs in the fight. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to compare my thoughts of Kafka in this fight against Blade. So I definitely do recommend waiting till the end to hear that. But in this video, I'm going to go over the team I used, my Kafka build, and then my experience overall, and, some recommendations based on, other team comp options you could do for Kafka in this fight in particular. So, starting out with the team I ran, I decided to go for Kafka, Sampo, Silverwolf, and Bailu. So the reason I went with this team is because Sampo is one of Kafka's best partners, and my Sampo is more well built than my Luca is right now, so I wanted to stick with him. Plus, he also has one of Phantylia's weakness types as well, since Phantylia is weak to Lightning, Wind, and Imaginary. Then I put Silverwolf on to just get some more debuffs, which is really helpful for Kafka and Sampo to lower the enemy's defense, so that Kafka and Sampo's DOTs can do more damage. And then I have Bailu as my best healer on my account right now since I don't have a Locha. So yeah, that's the team I ran against Phantylia. And also to go over my Kafka build right now, it will change with time, but since I have every Nihility character built right now, or at least like semi-built, I am running a little low on the light cones for what I have. But for Kafka, right now I'm running the Fermata light cone on her. Then I have her skill, ultimate, and talent traces at level 8 currently. I'll see if I'll max them out. I haven't decided if I'm going to fully go max them out, but so far she's performing very well for me. Then in terms of her relics, I have her running a 4-piece Band of Sizzling Thunder set, and I have attack percent as the main set for the body piece and the shoe piece. But I don't have all of my relics fully leveled. I have some of them, but not all of them. Then when it comes to the planar ornaments, I don't have like the best set for in terms of her doing more DOT for the planar ornaments, but I do have the right main sets. I have lightning damage for the planar sphere, and then I have attack percent on the planar link rope. And similarly, not all of these are fully leveled. I think my planar ornaments are like pretty decently leveled compared to some of my other relics, but so far, my Kafka is sitting at around 2800 attack, which is very solid. She could definitely go over 3k, I feel like, once I get everything leveled up, if I get some better relics, which, I'm still farming to get some better ones for her, because even though she's doing really well right now, I want my Kafka to go crazy. So, yeah, that's where my Kafka build is right now. And, overall, as you'll see in this video, Kafka, she is able to get through the fight relatively easily, having the team that I'm running for her as well as how much I've built her so far. Now, the one thing I do want to point out about this fight is that she can definitely do well in the fight just because of, she has an AoE ultimate, she can inflict, the DOT that's on the enemy, so, running her with Sampo is really nice because every time you use her skill, she's going to have the wind shear activate as well as her shock. And yeah, that's all really great, and she's able to do some good damage with that. But the one thing that makes me think that Blade will probably perform better if you do have both of them, or if you want to use a friend support Blade and build a team around that, is that Blade is able to sustain himself in a way. Like it's great to have a healer with him. Like if you have a healer plus Blade, you're all set. But when it comes to Kafka, I did have some runs where, it did not go as smoothly as it should have with the team. I was originally running a friend support Locha, but I actually did end up switching to Bailu because specifically for this team, I found more value in the damage reduction that Bailu's ultimate gives compared to Locha's cleanse. So, it's definitely just like, it depends on where your account is, how your Kafka and, Sampo and stuff like that are built. But yeah, I did notice that Kafka, she just needs a little bit more help in terms of survivability. But I think in terms of, just dealing damage and being able to deal with Phantylia, both Kafka and Blade are going to be really, good. I do think Blade is slightly better, but, if you only have Kafka, you should be more than fine to get through Phantylia there. And then lastly, I want to talk about some other team options for fighting Phantylia, because, not everyone's going to have Silverwolf, which is one of the characters I was running on my team. If you pulled for Kafka, I think it's pretty safe to say that you have a Sampo and you have a Luca. So those are, I'm probably going to have on most of like the team comps that I would recommend for Phantylia, just like using Kafka in general. But in terms of her, other options, and the one thing to keep in mind with these is that they do not have the weakness types of, of Phantylia. Well, for the first three, being Luca, Asta, and Pella. And the reason I recommend these is because, Luca is another way to apply DOT. So if you're running Kafka, Sampo, and Luca, you'll be able to trigger, with Kafka's skill, you'll be able to trigger Shock, Bleed, and Wind Shear, which is going to be really good for extra damage. Asta's good because she can raise the speed of the entire team, which means you'll get more opportunities to use Kafka's skill, which means more opportunities to detonate your DOT. And then Pella's good because she will reduce the defense of the enemies, which means your DOTs will do more damage. So yeah, those three, while they don't have the weakness type, you probably gotta be careful with Asta and Pella especially, because I feel like the Nihility and Harmony characters, they tend to be a little more squishy, a little less defensive. So yeah, even though they have the same taunt value as Abundance characters, yeah, they do feel a bit more squishy, so you just gotta be careful with them. But then, other than that, because I do have Bailu on my team, and I know not everyone's going to have Bailu, really that slot can be filled by any healer. If you have Bailu, if you have Natasha, if you have Locha, if you're watching this during 1.3 and you have Lynx, those can all be good. The only one of those that has a weakness type for Phantylia is Locha, so I do think he is the best option of all the healers from what we know right now in 1.2, but all the healers should still be able to do just fine for you in the end. So yeah, let me know if you've tried Kafka in this fight. Let me know what you think of her. But with that, I'm going to end it off here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, definitely be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. And I will see you all next time.